Hello, welcome to my house and welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Cepeda and I'm very excited to have all of you like every Wednesday. Thank you so much for sharing this day with me. Today I'm going to show you how you can make this garment. You are going to make it in vertical like this. Even the sleeves are going to be crocheted in vertical. I will teach you how we are going to make it. It's a very easy technique and very simple. You will see. This was an idea from one of you. Thank you so much for sharing. It was very kind of you to share this idea with you. I know that you make it in pink, but I decided to make it in blue and reddish colors so you can see the difference and the many options that we have, and that we can make it in different colors and it will still look beautiful. Well, let's don't lose more time. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, well, first I give you the material list and then the step by step. So let's start. For this small or medium size cardigan, we are going to use bahar. Remember that this is a fine material, 100% cotton. So we are going to use 300 grams and a crochet hook of number 4. Here I will share all the information if you want to buy the same materials that I use in all my videos. Remember that if you want to buy and use the same materials that I use in all my videos, you can visit my online store www.lauracepeda.es. Okay, with one thread and with your hook, we are going to start making 82 chains. Remember that the first, it's the hook, and then from here we will continue counting. We are going to make them a little bit loose, like this, until we have 82. 82 chains. From here skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grab your yarn twice, and in the next one insert your hook, always in the below part of the chain, and take 2 together, 2 together, and bring the last 2 together. Like this, we are going to make a double crochet. Make 4 chains, 3 and 4. Grab your yarn twice and insert your hook inside this loop that we created, and we are going to make 4 double crochets inside this. So we are going to grab our yarn twice, and we are going to take first 2 together, then the next 2, and the last 2. We are not going to count the chains that we made at the beginning. So here we are making the last one to make 4. And counting these chains, we have 5. Grab your yarn twice, skip 1, 2, and in the third insert your hook and make a double crochets of 3 crochets. And so far it has to look like this. Then, as you can see, here we have one part of the series. Then grab your yarn twice, skip 2, and in the third insert your hook and make a double crochet of 3 crochet. And we are going to repeat the sequence. 4 chains. Grab your yarn twice, and inside the last double crochet that we made, we are going to make the 4 double crochets that we made before. Remember? Well, that at the end we will have 5 if you count the chains that we made at the beginning. and then again grab your yarn twice, skip 2, and in the third insert your hook, take 2, then 2 together and the last 2, and this is how we are going to make one square, one double crochet, one square, and one double crochet. Like this the whole row. Remember that we are going to skip 2, and in the third we are going to insert our hook. Well, here I finished the row and I have 12 squares like this one. You have to check that you have one double crochet, square, double crochet, square, double crochet. You have to follow this sequence and you have to be sure before you continue. I have to confess that I was making a mistake, so I have to make this row twice. So once that we are sure that our row is correct, well, now we are going to continue with the next one. Well, turn around and we will go up with 3 chains. 1, 2, and 3, and we are going to crochet a square over a square. So grab your yarn twice, insert your hook in the tip of the square. Remember, take the 2 first together, then the 2, and then the last 2. Then 4 chains, 2, 3, and 4. Grab your yarn twice, insert your hook inside this hole that we made, and we are going to make the double crochets that we did before. Remember that the first chains that we made won't count, so after that we will make 4 double crochets. Grab your yarn twice, and where you made a double crochet, well, you are going to make there a double crochet too. And so far it has to look like this. We are going to make a square and double crochet, a square and double crochet. So here on the top we are going to insert our hook. We are going to take 2, then 2, and then the last 2, and again we are going to make a square. We are going to continue like this, making rows over rows until we have the white of the front. When I finish to make these rows, I will tell you exactly how many rows I did. Please be careful, and if you make 12 squares, well, make sure that you have 12 squares in all the rows. That is my case. If you make 15, well, you must have 15, and please check before you continue with the next row that you made a square, double crochet, square, double crochet. So I almost forget. Here we will finish with the double crochet and we will go up with 4 chains. This will be the below part of our cardigan, so that's why I'm going to make 4 chains. Remember that here we made 3 chains to go up where we started, but now in this side is where we are going to make 4 chains to go up, because this will be the below part of our cardigan. And like this is how we are going to continue with the sequence that we were making before, just that will change. Well, so far I have these rows. Here in the top we reduce a little bit by going up with 3 chains, and here we made 4 chains, and this is the below part of our cardigan, so it has to look like this. Well, remember that we have 12 squares like this one, and I already made 11 rows. So this will be the white of the front. Please, before you continue, try on to see if you need to make more rows or less. So this will be the color, this will be one side, and from here we are going to make just the sleeves. We are going to take 6 squares and we are going to make more rows to make the sleeves. So with just these 6 squares and following the sequence, we are going to make rows and rows until we have the white of the sleeve that we want. Please, every time that you are making a new row, please try on and think how many rows you are going to need for the style and for the design that you want this cardigan. So I'm going to continue repeating this series. And remember that in this side we will always go up with 3 chains, and then we are going to continue with the sequence. So remember, we are going to grab our yarn twice, then we are going to take 2 together, then 2 together, and the last 2, and see you when we stay here. And we are going to repeat what we made here. We are going to go up with 4 chains. Well, we arrived here, already turned around, and this is how it looks. And we are going to make as many rows as we need. I'm going to make around 12 or 13. And I'm going to continue repeating this series. Remember that in this side we are going to make 4 chains like we made here in the bottom, and here we are going to go up with 3 chains, and this will be the neck, the color of our project. So we are going to continue to teach you how we are going to make the back from here. So let's continue making this sequence. Well, we are here. Remember, where is the marker? I told you that we are going to take only 6 to make the sleeves, and this will be the front, and this will be the top of our project, this will be the neck, and this will be the bottom. Here we made 4 chains in between, and here 3 chains in between. Well, I'm going to fold it so you can see and you can understand a little bit how this is formed. It is important that you have your thread here in the bottom, that you finished your row here. So this, if you fold, you create this sleeve. I made the 13 rows, and then from here we are going to continue like we didn't reduce, okay? Look, so we are going to grab our yarn twice here in the top. We are going to make a double crochet, and we are going to continue as it goes. So here we make a double crochet, so next we have to make a square. This is looking pretty nice, right? It is so simple and fast. Once you understand how it goes, well, it will continue by its own, so you have to pay attention and remember the sequence, and the break by itself is going to tell you what's going to continue. I suggest that before you continue, you should try on. If you are going to make this for a bigger size, well, you are going to need more material, so you have to take that into account. And well, it will look like this. Now from now on, we are going to continue making the 12 squares that we were making. So here we have our sleeve, as you can see, and then we are going to continue with the rest. So we are going to make more rows, and now we are going to make the back. If we made 11 rows for the front, well, now we are going to make the double of rows for the back. So we are going to make 22 rows or 21 rows. I will tell you at the end how many rows I've made. It depends, okay? At the end we will reduce also a little bit here. And now that I'm looking at this, I think that I make my sleeve a little bit tight. So I will try on and I will see if I'm going to make more rows or it's that correct. Well, if you are going to add more rows, please make sure that you make 6 squares and then you have finished with your thread at the bottom. Well, look, here I finished. Here, this is the front and this is the sleeve that we made, and from here to here I made 20 rows at the end because it was too wide for the person that I'm making this. Okay, so I suggest that you should try on, and then I get ahead and I made with the same number of squares. I made the 13 rows to make the sleeve, and so here is where I finished. And now I'm going to continue with the 12 squares, making the other part of the front, making the same number of rows that I made here, and then when I finish I will tell you how we are going to make the last rows for a final touch. So remember that I make the same number of rows here in the sleeve than in the other sleeve, and then from here I'm going to continue with the same squares for the front and making the same rows for the front, and here we made 3 chains in between, and here in the bottom we made 4 chains in between each square. But we'll see you in a bit when we finish the other front. Well, here I finished. I made 11 rows. Then for the sleeves I made 30 rows with 6 squares. Then I continue in the back making 20 rows like this. Then for the sleeve I made 30 rows all around it, and then for the next front I made 11 rows. So as you can see, we finished this row with shells at the end, and here we have just a row of chains, sorry. So we are going to repeat the same in the other side so we can have them exactly the same. This is a tip that I give you when you want to lift your a breaking hole, you are just going to make a knot here at the end so you don't lose any stitch. So first we will go up with 4 chains, and then we are going to make 3 chains more in between. So at the end we will make 7 chains. You will see. And then here in the top, single crochet. Then 4 chains, single crochet, and we are going to continue like this until we finish this side, making chains. Remember, we are going to make 4 chains in between, then single crochet, and we will have something like this. When we arrive here at the end, where is the neck, where is the collar, where we reduce? Well, now we are going to reduce even more, making a single crochet row. But first, let's finish this row. Well, guess what? I think that we are going to repeat this row again because without notice I was reducing, so I have one side more shorter than the other one. So we are going to repeat this row for sure. We are going to make a double crochet here in between here, and then we are going to make 4 chains. But don't worry, everything can be fixed. Remember that I'm making this project with you at the same time, so that's why I'm making these mistakes. But don't worry, it can be fixed, and it's just a couple of chains. So well, we will make 3 chains and then double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet here in the top. So we will make 3 chains, double crochet, 3 chains, again 3 chains and double crochet. Before I told you 4, I'm sorry, it's 3 chains in between. So we are going to continue like this, and now I think that it will be correct, this row. Let's check. We are going to match and we are going to see if yes, I think now it's correct. Well, now let's continue like this the whole row and see you there. So, well, what do you think now? I think that now it's correct. Well, now we are going to finish the row like we started, making 3 chains at the end, like this. Now here, look, I finished where it's the neck, where it will be the collar. So we are going to reduce a little bit. So we are going to make a row of single crochet. But I suggest that before you continue with this row, you should try on to see how many stitches you are going to reduce, and if you don't want to reduce and if you like it like that, well, you can leave it like that. So I'm going to make a single crochet in each space, because in my case I already measured it, and in my case the color is too white, so that's why I'm going to reduce that much. So first, before you continue, you should try on, and if you need to reduce more, well, in the next row you can reduce even more. Well, look, this is how it looks. I already finished the reduce. I finished the row of single crochet. I think that to me it's perfect, that the way I want it. If you want, you can make more rows, and with the same number of stitches that you have, you can make more rows, and to have a neck a little bit more wide, but I like it like this. Now it's up to you. You can make a shell a row at the end, or crab stitch, or more row single crochet. So now let's decide what we are going to do, and now I'm going to teach you how we are going to finish. And you can use the same stitch for your sleeves. I was thinking that also we can make, and we can use the same stitch that we were making these little squares, and we can make a final row here at the end. So I will make it and I will tell you how it looks, and if you like it, well, you can make the same that I did. Well, look at the end what I did. I felt that I just need a more simple stitch, so I decided just to make a a few rows of single crochet, and then the last row was of crab stitch. Here I leave this sleeve so I can teach you how we are going to make it. I know that some of you already know how to make this stitch, but in case you don't know how, well, I will show you how. Well, if you want, you can skip the next part if you already know how to make it, okay? So then I will show you how it looks. So well, I will show you how I made the sleeve. Well, here I put the thread, and remember that we are going to continue with the same number of hook and everything. So we will start making a single crochet row. So here, when we have big space, we are going to make single crochet. Here where we have the double crochets, we are going to make 4 single crochet. Remember, while you are making this, we should hide the thread that we made at the beginning. And then here single crochet, then 4 single crochet, and like this. And we are going to reduce a little bit, so please be careful and try to make the other sleeve like this, and try to reduce the same spaces like that you did here than in the other sleeves. So it has to look like this, both of them. Also, if you want a puffy sleeve, well, you can reduce a little bit, and but it's up to you, okay? We are going to make 2 rows of single crochet and one row of crab stitch. Remember that the crab stitch is single crochet but backwards. So what do you think? Remember that I did the same rows at the end in all the parts, also in the collar, in the sleeves, in the bottom, and in all the sides, okay? So it's the same, so you just have to follow the path. At the end I put a brush here and it looks beautiful, right? Also, you can make a long sleeve and you can use it in winter, or you can use it in summer too with this beautiful yarn. It's up to you, and I think it's amazing for both seasons. So please, if you make it, take a picture and tag me. Remember that this is a motivation for me, and if you share this video and if you give me a like, this is a reward for my work. Okay, also I was thinking that you can start a business by making this piece. It is so simple and fast, and while we are now in this isolation and in this quarantine, well, we can start our business staying at home. So what do you think about this idea? Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also follow me in my Spanish channel too, Laura Cepeda. Thank you so much, and see you the next Wednesday or this Saturday if I can't. I will try to post 2 videos each week, but thank you so much for watching. Bye!